A police officer was caught stealing Pokémon cards out of a Walmart. Children suffered injuries after going down slides covered in bear mace. And an astrologer is in trouble for assisting thieves during a robbery. These are the weird stories for Thursday on Weird AF News, the only daily weird news podcast in the world. Recorded in a closet. A police officer was caught stealing Pokémon cards while wearing his uniform. We have an Alabama police officer is now contending with criminal charges after he was spotted in his uniform stealing Pokémon cards at a Walmart. He was actually stealing these cards over a long period of time. It took a long time for him to get caught because whenever he said, "Gotta catch 'em all the other police assumed he meant black people. So we have Josh Hardy in the story. He is a Calhoun County correctional officer. Oh, okay, not like a real police officer. He's a correctional officer. Slightly above a mall cop. But still, you have to hold correctional officers to a certain standard. I'm sure they took an oath not to steal Pokemon cards. Not specifically, but they probably took an oath not to do stuff like this. I mean, you shouldn't, as a police officer of any sort, be stealing from a store. It's called shoplifting. It is against the law. I assume he's familiar with the laws. But who knows? He works at a prison, probably. It says he allegedly entered the Walmart in Oxford, Alabama on his way home from his shift. While he was in uniform, Mr. Hardy started to open packs of Pokemon cards in the store and place the individual cards in his pockets, just like a child would, yeah. It says here, when Officer Hardy moved to leave the store without paying for the Pokemon cards, the Walmart's loss prevention employees confronted him about his actions. Way to go, Walmart loss prevention employees. You know, those people aren't paid very much, and they have to deal with a lot of craziness, especially in Alabama. Can you imagine being a Walmart loss prevention employee in Alabama, bro? How many times do you get bear maced on your shift? I mentioned bear mace as a hint to a future story I'm going to do in this episode. Ooh, sit tight, guys. Jonesy's dropping breadcrumbs. It says here, Officer Hardy attempted to flee on foot. And the Oxford Police Department were called to track him down. Oh, the team located him where? Can you guess where? At the donut shop at a local restaurant, still wearing his uniform. Didn't even bother to take off his uniform after shoplifting in his uniform. That's how smart this guy is. He actually had the stolen Pokemon cards on his person at the time. Police officers arrested him for theft and he was taken to the Oxford City Jail. It says here he expressed his shame and disappointment. It's just unbelievable, man. This is a grown-ass man stealing Pokemon cards. I mean, you can buy them at Walmart. They're very cheap, man. What are you stealing Pokemon cards for? Wow, it's just infantile. I can't really wrap my head around it. Here's a quote from the Calhoun County Sheriff's Office. It is with great embarrassment that we have to report this incident, and Officer Hardy has been terminated from the Calhoun County Sheriff's Office. He has tarnished our agency and the image of all law enforcement. As sheriff, I promise to be transparent and hold my staff accountable to a standard higher than average citizens. The article ends by saying, it is well known that Pokemon cards are valued astonishingly high by collectors, causing them to be an enticing target for thieves. Yes, I suppose they are very valued. It blows my mind that they are. I have never understood this Pokemon phenomenon. I didn't understand the Beanie Baby phenomenon either, but, you know, capitalism has very strange symptoms. Children were injured after going down slides covered in bear spray. Makes you wonder who in their right mind would spray children's slides with bear spray. What kind of degenerate, evil individual would do this? Someone that we need to exorcise the demons out of. I assume it's a man. A woman would never do this. Let's dive into the story here and find out if they caught this individual. We want them to catch this person. Juneau, Alaska. The city has closed off the two large slides located at the playground at Twin Lakes Park after at least two children suffered injuries from going down the slides believed to be vandalized and covered in bear spray. Horrible. These are probably the only slides in the whole city. There's nothing to do in Alaska except for hang out on this one playground, and you got to vandalize it. It's probably some like ornery old man who's like, those kids making noises on the slides again. Yeah, dude, there's nothing to do in Juneau, Alaska, except for slide on the two slides that they have. The only fun thing to do for children up there. You think the children want to be in Alaska? Can you imagine coming out of a womb and you're living in Alaska? Oh, kill me, man. Kill me. Just a horrible existence up there. I could never do it. That's why everybody drinks up there. It's just all alcoholics up in Alaska. Just booze, booze, booze. You know where all the alcoholics are? Green Bay, Wisconsin, and Alaska. That's where they're at, man. Don't believe me? Google it. And now these poor kids, all they want to do is slide. They're like, you know what? We're not going to drink booze today. We're going to go to the playground and slide on some slides. The 2 weeks that we have that the weather is, you're able to go outside in the middle of summer. And now we have Michelle. She's a deputy director of the City and Borough of Juneau Parks and Recreation Department. She's always cold. She likes to pound the brewskis after work. She said the slides are going to remain closed throughout the weekend and into next week. These kids aren't going to have anything to do except for drink for the next 2 weeks. This is so sad. She said multiple rounds of cleaning failed to remove this bear spray from the slides. How sticky is bear spray? My goodness, it's horrible. We have a quote from Michelle, and I don't know what people talk like in Alaska. She says, yeah, well, we're going to let it sit for a few days, see if it is able to be cleaned. We'll do our best and reassess in the coming days what we need to do in order to make these slides safe, and maybe we have to replace them. Sheesh. What do you say? Did I nail that Alaskan accent? I think so. Michelle says following a report of injury around noon yesterday, park maintenance staff did some investigating. That's when they found an empty can of bear spray in the trash near the park, which is believed to be the source of the injuries. So not only is this person evil, they're dumb as hell. They just leave the bear spray in the trash. Fingerprints, bro. Fingerprints. Do they have them up in Alaska? Or is it too cold? Can it be too cold for fingers to make a print? I'm so stupid. According to the Juneau Police Department, we have someone named Lieutenant Crag Campbell. Crag, K-R-A-G. This is unbelievable. What an amazing name for a police department. Lieutenant Crag. Lieutenant Crag. Oh, my goodness. This is like a name you would pick if you were making it up for a cartoon character. Lieutenant Crag Campbell. With that name, you can only be a police officer or a wrestler, a professional wrestler. It says here, according to Lieutenant Crag, police received a report from the Parks and Rec Department staff stating they received a call about a child that was sent to the ER after having a severe reaction going down the slide. As of today, they say the police are playing some catch-up. They're in the early stages of investigation. They say it's much too early to say if this incident was intentional, but noted it is a very unusual place to use bear spray. Yeah, Crag, it's intentional, Crag. I mean, I don't know where you went to police school, Crag, but this is clearly intentional. No one accidentally sprays a slide. Would you think someone looked at a slide and was like, Bear, stay back, Bear. This bear's very shiny. This is a very shiny bear. Oh, this is what I get for wandering out without my glasses. Where's my bear spray? No, Crag, this is intentional. They say there are no suspects at this time, but both Elfers and Crag said neither of them could recall any similar incidents in the past. Well, they have their work cut out for them, but thankfully there's nothing for them to do up there in Alaska. So no doubt they'll be solving crime wasted over the weekend. Have you ever wanted to create your own podcast? Well, Spotify's platform lets you easily record and distribute a podcast everywhere, even earn money, all in one place too, for free. It's called Spotify for Podcasters. Record and edit on your phone or your computer, send it to Spotify and everywhere podcasts are heard. They even have video podcasting options as well. Spotify for Podcasters allows you to earn money with ads and subscriptions. Best of all, it's free. Try it. Download Spotify for Podcasters or go to spotify.com/podcasters to get started. And good luck with your podcast. Good luck with your life, man. Yay! An astrologer assisted thieves in a major robbery. This story is out of India. 5 individuals allegedly sought the help of an astrologer / fortune teller for a crime that they carried out. Apparently, they asked the fortune teller for the proper time to carry out a robbery in which they walked away with 10 million rupee. 10 million rupee is like 120,000 USD, in case you're keeping score at home. In the story, we have the 5 robbers who struck at a house of an individual by the name of Sagar Gafan when he was out of town. He was out of town. Somehow the fortune teller / astrologer could tell that he was out of town by looking at the stars. I'm going to guess the fortune teller knew the guy. That's just me. I don't believe that you can tell whether or not someone is home or not by looking at the stars. But then again, you know, I'm not that woo-woo. I mean, maybe I could be convinced. I need to see some scientific evidence of this, though. Apparently, oh, this is so sad. His wife was there, and they gagged her, and they left with the cash and the jewelry. Well, I'm Mike D, and I get respect. Your cash and your jewelry is what I expect. We have a quote here from, what is this, a police officer? I'm going to try and read this. Oh, my goodness, this looks quite difficult. Okay, hold on. I got some names here, guys. I got some names, Indian names. All right, I need to do some jumping jacks first. Hold on. All right, according to the police department, quote, our probe zeroed in on Sachin Jagdani, Reba Shavan, Ravindra Bhosali, Duryodhan, who has an alias, oh, man, the alias has got to be better than the other one. Come on. How's your alias more difficult than your real name, man? Okay, Duryodhan, alias is Deepak Jadhav. And then we have someone named Nitin Moore? Nitin Moore. The detective said, the detective actually says, these individuals told us they consulted a fortune teller to get an auspicious time to execute this robbery. We then arrested fortune teller Ramjandra. How do you put a CHAN and then a DRA right after that? Chandra, and then a Chava. Ramchandra Chava. Oh, nailed it. For his role in the crime. So I guess you could be careful. If you're a fortune teller, you shouldn't be assisting criminals by giving them the right time. The stars aligned and said you should rob that Chick-fil-A at 5:45 on a Tuesday. They say they recovered some RS-76 lock, which is some monies of some sort, but a further probe is underway. This is like a very bizarre approach to a robbery. I mean, but the thieves are just trying to cover all of their bases, right? When you sit down to have a robbery, you have a map, right? You know, we've seen this in the movies. Yeah, we got a map. Let's check out the map. All right, we got a getaway driver? Who's the driver? We got the driver covered? All right, we got the masks. Okay, we got our costumes, our disguises. Great. Oh, I love that fake mustache, Bobby. That's a good one. Good move. All right, now, I guess we need to consult the astrologer now to find out what time. What time do we do this? We have everything but the time. Let's get the astrologer here so we know what time to rob the bank. I'm going to guess not during the day. Maybe after hours is probably good. I don't know. Let's ask the astrologer when the best time to rob this bank is. But also, what did we learn? Heed ye astrologers and fortune tellers, and know that if you assist a criminal in a crime, ye shall be judged. Ye shall be arrested. Ye is an accomplice. Thou is an accomplice. Thou is an accomplice. Oh, one lonely beastie I be, all by myself without nobody. The sun is beating down on my baseball hat. Hi, everybody. Highly caffeinated in this closet. Thanks to you, all the people that buy me coffees. You know who you are. Appreciate you. Hey, check it out. Tomorrow's Friday, so we're only going to do weird news from Florida. As you know, it's called Florida Friday. If you're new to the podcast, this weird news podcast is 5 days a week, And on Friday, it's only news from Florida. So please send me all the weird Florida news that you come across from this week. My email is funnyjones@gmail.com. You can tag me on Twitter with a story as well, @funnyjones. You can slide them into my Instagram DMs @funnyjones. But if you come across something, please send it right over. I would appreciate that so that we can have the best and most degenerate Florida Friday episode possible tomorrow. So if you haven't subscribed to the podcast yet, please consider doing so. But just FYI, it's weird news 5 days a week, and on Friday it's only Florida. Okay? So this is what you're getting, okay? You're getting a person who's out of his mind, recording in a closet, highly caffeinated, and sometimes on other substances. That's how you keep it real. Keep it real in the closet. Keeping it real. Yes. I'm going to also open up my closet for visitations. If you'd like to come and explore it like a museum, please let me know. I'll send you all the information, and you have to pay a fee, though. You have to pay a fee. So I'll figure out what that could be. I'll give you a little tour of the closet. How about that? I'm in Los Angeles, by the way. It's hot, and it's even hotter in the closet. I'm at a closet. It's hotter in the closet. I'm recording in. I'm only wearing my underwear right now. Just my underwear. Yep, just letting you know. Yeah, use your imagination. You degenerates! All right, look, I want to be appreciated for my sound effects, not my body. What's wrong with you? I want to be appreciated for my horrible accents and mispronunciations of Southeast Asian individuals. And my Beastie Boys lyrical skills. If we go to karaoke, I'm doing at least one Beastie Boys track. You better believe it. Anyways, support me in my habits by joining the Patreon. It's patreon.com/weirdafnews, or download the Patreon app on your smartphone, or go to weirdafnews.com and click on the Patreon banner. Join the Patreon. You know how many photos I put in there of Mexico City? And I just today put a photo of a comedy flyer that I was on in 2007 when I had this long hair. You got to see it. It's hilarious. It's like an old headshot of mine. 2007, New York City, circa New York City, 2007 Jonesy style. Anyways, that's what you get in the Patreon. I share things that I'm doing. And I also put extra weird content in there. Am I selling it? Are you convinced? Join the Patreon. Support the show. It's a good way to keep me caffeinated. You know what I mean? It's like buying me a cup of coffee every month. Why wouldn't you want to do that, right? Do that. You know, I don't have the backing of NPR here. You think I got money? You think I got people, like a company behind me? This is just a one-man show here. I ain't got New York Times, all right? Fox News paying me to do this. This is all just one dude. It's crazy. Or you can buy me a coffee on my website, weirdafnews.com. All right, I'm done. I'm done begging you to support me. I'm not going to do it anymore. I'm just going to live my life, man. I'm going to live my life and go eat kebabs. Tomorrow's Friday, by the way, Florida Friday. Let's do it, man. So psyched to do it. Tomorrow, baby, tomorrow. I got everything picked out for tomorrow. I'm talking about all the things I'm going to put in my body before I record. Lastly, I'm going to publish some phone calls. I had some weirdos call in the last few days when I was in Mexico City. I'm going to publish those calls right now, and some of them are pretty outlandish. So, hey, what a great word, outlandish. Let's use that today. You use it too. Outlandish, okay? That's the word of the day. I usually don't do words of the day. I'm doing word of the day today.
Hey, Jonesy. It seems obvious what the Germans need to pump in there is not lavender oil, but maybe some hash oil. That'll calm them down. Good luck with your life, man.
Hi, this is Mur from Ontario, first time caller, long time lurker, and I'm just calling in response to your bit about NASA encouraging people to take an interest in Uranus from yesterday. Because, I'm a morning listener of this thing, so I heard it today. And just reflecting back to the episode from last week where the question was posed as to whether it was a good idea to doink in space. And, if the possibility of pregnancy is so risky and potentially dangerous, then I just got to say, it's no wonder they're encouraging us to take an interest in Uranus. Have a nice day.
Jonesy, this is Hannah. I'm in a supportive living home for the blind, and I'm calling you from, a corded phone, so you get to hear the sound of me hanging up the phone. Good luck with your life, man. I'm gonna go back to bed. That's why I sound like this.
When the moon hits your eye like a big piece of pie, that's a jonesy. When you're laughing so hard that you puke in the yard, that's a jonesy.
Hey Jonesy, so I'm calling again. I've been meaning to leave a voicemail about this. It's crazy, all your introductions, like Monday through Thursday, your regular introduction, like, this person I don't know, stabbed somebody, whatever. It's like, okay, okay, cool, that's weird, But then every time when you had an introduction to the Florida stories, I'm already laughing before you even start the show, the podcast, because just the intro is already funny itself, because the titles for Florida Friday stories are just crazy. It's like only in Florida this stuff happens. I mean, it happens in other places, but they have a higher percentage chance that this stuff would happen in Florida. I just don't get it. I will never move to Florida. Okay? I went to Miami, Florida. I went out there. I'm like, this is just another LA to me. I mean, I feel safer in LA than down Miami, So it's just crazy. But anyway, I want to say, keep it up with the Florida Fridays. I mean, they are just so funny. The stories, it just, my jaw drops all the time. I just like, wow, only in Florida. Anyway, good luck with your life, man.
Move to your left. Move to your right. Oh, Jonesy, you're so much fun. But I'm on board with you. I leave this message for you because I know you not get it till you get back home in America. But I decided to help out that organization. What's it called? ASA? Yes. So I work security at the building where your Airbnb is at. And so I come in using my master key to your room last night while you were sleeping. And I watched you for a while to make sure you're asleep. Yes, I just look at you. But I take a rag, a cloth with some ether on it, and I put it over your face to make sure you're nice and good and asleep. And then I decided to do what ASA asked for. And I decided to study Uranus. Yes. So I pulled back the cloths, the bedding, the blankets on you, and I decided to study Uranus. Yes, so I take my flashlight and I look very closely, but I don't see rings around your anus. They're just not there. So I decided to look very, very closely with my little flashlight. And I get in there and I look around and I study Uranus. And I get in very closely, and I don't think I have much to report to ASA, but I did in there, and I did a very good probe of Uranus, and I did discover one thing. You're not smuggling drugs back into America. No, there's no baggies full of narcotics in there. So I do a very good probe of Uranus. And when I'm done studying Uranus, I cover you back up with your sheets and your blankets, and I just sit there and watch you for a while to make sure that you will wake up from having the ether on your face, that you not die, that you're not dead. And you'll start to move, and you're breathing good and normal. And while I wait, I do a few things, and I not exactly say what those are, but, I watch you very closely. And while I wait, I notice with my flashlight that I have some stuff under my fingernail. Oh, so I didn't think, next time I wear some gloves to cover my fingers, some latex gloves. And then while I wait, I decided to take a look at your finger, and I smell your finger, and I think, Jonesy, he did a little probing of his anus before he go to sleep. So, anyhow, I think, what can I tell ASA about this probe of Uranus? Well, I think I have a fetish in order to do this stuff, and I think anyone who do this must have fetish, and This job, it stinks.
Well, good morning, Jonesy. This is Becca in New Braunfels, Texas. I am listening to your episode about the porch getting stolen, and I don't know for sure. I didn't see it happen, but this is what I suspect. I suspect there was a mobile home on this property at some point, and perhaps the mobile home got taken away, which is why the porch was left behind, and a new home was getting ready to be moved in, a new mobile home, but had not yet been put there for the porch to be reattached to. So yeah, this porch may actually have been sitting in the middle of a field attached to nothing, and maybe it got carried away by a couple people. Maybe he did carry it away board by board. Maybe he towed it off with his pickup truck or his tractor. I'm not sure, but I suspect there's a mobile home involved in this incident. I'll talk to you later. Bye.
Hi, Jonesy. It's Connie from Cedartown, Georgia. And I was calling because you're commenting I listened to it this morning, but it was yesterday's episode, but that people didn't know that you were going to be in Mexico over the weekend and into this week. And that cracked me up because I know you mentioned it at least 4 or 5 times. So I thought, come on, people. But one of the stories that got to me, and I couldn't remember which one it was that you told, and I looked back at some of the episodes recently, and it was last week about the dying wife asking her husband if she could sleep with her ex one more time before she died. And that really struck a nerve with me. I thought, that takes a lot of nerve. I don't care if she is dying to request that. I mean, and people were saying, oh, pack her bags and send her off to her ex. Has she even talked to the ex yet to see if that was even a possibility? Maybe he doesn't want to. I mean, they divorced for a reason, so I'm like, seriously? So, yeah, I don't like that. I mean, if she cared or loved him that much, why isn't she still married to him if it was that good? I mean, if the sex was that good, why didn't you stay with him, find a way to make it work? But anyway, that was just, that really, I mean, I know she's dying, but come on, that's just too, no, it's just asking too much. I would not comply with that if it was the other way around. If it was my husband dying, I'd say, hell no. So anyway, that was my 2 cents worth. But I hope you have a safe trip back to California, and I'm glad that you avoided the, fake hurricane. Well, it wasn't fake. I guess it was real in some places, but just not California. But anyway, I hope you have a safe trip back, and I love you, and I love all the weirdos out there. And good luck with your life, man. Talk to you later. Bye.
Hey, Jonesy, it's Michael calling from Iowa City. I heard that you're still down in Mexico City from yesterday's podcast, but if you're back to Los Angeles today, I guess you'll have pretty mild temperatures, and it sounds like the rain has stopped. I guess either place that you are, I guess you've got rain down in Mexico City, or you've got no rain in Los Angeles, but either way, it sounds like your temperatures are pretty mild. About 80 in Mexico City with the rain, or 83 in Los Angeles. Pretty good temperatures, even with the heat index. Sure beats the 95 degrees I've got here in Iowa City, or 107 with the heat index. It's pretty toasty here today. Better than the 99 degrees and 117 with heat index that my daughter has down in St. Louis. It's pretty toasty around the country, so I hope everyone is taking it easy, and if you're outside taking periods and getting plenty of hydration, or trying to get inside and cool off if you're able to. But my point is that I hope everyone is getting the necessary hydration and cooling that they need to stay safe in these extreme temperatures. Anyway, Jonesy, if you're back, I'm glad to have you back in the closet and doing the podcast from there if you're back today. And if not, then I guess we'll get another episode from Mexico. Take care, everyone. Stay safe and healthy. And to Jonesy, good luck with your life, man. And to everyone else out there, good luck with yours.